It was the most brutal election I've ever seen.
The Belen presidential election of 2011 brought to the table a star-studded set of candidates, the likes of which Belen had never seen before. There was Salvador Huncadella, the CEO-like future businessman who would come to be known for the efficiency of his campaign. There was Samuel Wallace, known to many as the brainiac of the class of 2012. He would make the focus of his campaign his superb credentials. Luis Fernandez Roca led the pack in popularity and connections, which gave him campaign momentum from the start. Gabriel Pereira brought a fresh and unique energy into his campaign, which would draw many of the younger grades onto his side. And then there was the dark horse, Oliver Hine, known amongst his friends as a natural-born leader, but relatively unknown by the rest of the school. Fernando Guardazzi has a doctorate in Belen history. He is also a member of the class of 2012.
Nominations was really when we saw Oliver shine, was when Oliver made a name for himself. He pretty much laid the groundwork for what was a very successful campaign.
Responsible in large part for the success of that campaign was Richard Cambo. Known for his efficiency and work ethic, Oliver Hine sought him out to be his campaign manager from the start.
Oliver ran a campaign that no one else could touch. He constantly spoke to homerooms. He constantly was asking everyone to try to improve his platform as much as possible. He constantly came early to school. He did everything possible to try to win.
What did I think of Oliver's campaign? Oliver's campaign was ran very effectively. I have to give it to him because, well, from the cleverness of its Hine time to everything else that he made so much progress with over the course of that week was very impressive. And I do have to hand it to him. He ran his campaign like a champ.
Thor Sanchez believes that he is a radio show host for Belen. In reality, he graduated 5 years ago, before the radio station was even built, but he has yet to leave the premises.
In my 150 years, roughly, of being a radio show host, I have never seen something as controversial as the runoff election of 2011.
And it was historical because DQ even came on the loudspeaker and told us that we were going to have a Belen first. We were all wondering whether we were going to have two presidents, whether the vice presidency was going to be decided by the tie. And when he came on the loudspeaker and told us that there would be a runoff, well, we were all so surprised to hear that because we had never seen that before. We thought, well, what is this? What's going to end up happening? And that only made the tension greater between the seniors themselves and Louis and Oliver.
Anthony Monzon is the anchor for Belen's news show, WBLN. Its ratings took off during the presidential election of 2011.
And then the runoff came. And, that's never happened before in Belen history. And for it to be, those two guys, it was a little peculiar. But hey, I'm not the one that counts the votes, man.
The runoff election came down to the wire. But at the end of the day, Oliver Hine came out on top.
But, at the end of the day, Oliver really won over the youth, and he did a great job. He really did do a great job campaigning, Just his presence, it was pretty incredible. But, I think he'll do a pretty good job. I mean, why not? He's a great guy. I know him from past experiences, and, nobody's more fit for the job than he is.